Asked how I make the recording of comparisons, my before and after GIF images, and so I thought I would show you guys how I do that using Photoshop. The first thing I'm going to show you is the finished image on my screen, and you can see over on the right, on the lower right, my different layers. If I can scroll down, you'll see all the different layers that I have, and if I click on the bottom eyeball down here in the very bottom layer and hold down the Alt key at the same time, that shows that hides the top layer, the finished layer, and shows you the very bottom layer, what it looked like when I first began. So just by holding down the Alt button and turning that eyeball on and off, it actually turns off all the layers above it except the last one. So I can show you the end result and the beginning. Now let me go ahead and show you how I would record that. The first thing you want to do is to go to Window and scroll down to Timeline, and that will open up this little timeline toolbar in the bottom. And what I want to do is to create a frame animation. So I click on that, and this will automatically give me my first starting frame just as it is. Now I want to have two frames, the before and the after, and I want to have each one run for 2 seconds. So just below the frame, I don't know if you can see it, it's 0 seconds. I'm going to click there and come down and choose 2 seconds. And then I can come over here to this little button, which will create a duplicate frame. So now I have two frames that are exactly the same, and they're both 2 seconds long. Well, I want the first frame to be the original, but the second to be the finish. So now I just come back over to the right, my layers panel, and hold down Alt again, and click on the eyeball to turn it on. And now that is the, pardon me, that is now the finished frame. And as you can see in the first frame, it's now the beginning frame. So there are my two beginning and ending frames. And just below that, you see this dialog where it says once. If you click there, I can decide how often I want it to run. And in this case, I'm just going to have it run forever. That means it'll just keep repeating, obviously. Okay, now I have it set up the way I want. I have my two frames, my before, my after. Each one I want to run 2 seconds. Now I just need to export that out as a GIF file. That's an animated GIF. And to do that, I'll come up to File, down to Export, and then over to Save for Web. And if you click on that, oops, I forgot to do one thing. I'm going to cancel. I had forgotten that this is my original size image, and that's much too large to save as a GIF. So I'm going to come up here to Image, Image Size, and for width, instead of, see, it was 5683 on the long side, that's much too long. So let's change that to 1024 and say OK. Let that render that out. And I'm just going to click on it to say 100%. Okay, and that does it to both frames. They're both the same size. So now I can do what I meant to do before, and it won't create such a huge file. So let's come back to File, Export, and then down to Save for Web. And see, now it rendered much quickly. Make sure over here on this dialog you're on GIF. I also like to have the colors 256, that's the maximum colors, 100% dither, diffusion set, selective, these are your different modes, have it convert to sRGB, and then down here at the very bottom, you can preview it. It shows you if you want it to play forever. That's all set. So all you have to do is just click the save button at this point, and then give it a name. Right now it's the file name plus GIF. So I'm going to save it like that. So let's click Save. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Next, I'll show you how that's going to look when I play it back in a web browser. That's the only way you can really see the animation. So in order to do that, of course, you have to have a web space, a website to upload it to. Now, I've already tried it with Flickr. That does not work. So what you need is to have your own website, whether it be free or not. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. I happen to have my own website for my USS Oriskany, so I can use it to upload my images and videos and that sort of thing as well. Anyway, I'm going to close this out, and let's see how we're doing so far. Okay, now that I've saved that animated GIF out, I've saved it to this particular folder. I called it animated GIF, and here is the animated GIF that I just created. So in order to view it and actually watch it as it animates, I need to right-click on it and then come down to Open With, and then come down and select Internet Explorer. And when I do that, the window will open up and you will see the GIF actually do what it's supposed to do, and that's to show both the beginning and the ending frame every 2 seconds. And so I can see it's working perfectly. Now all I have to do is to just upload this to my website or to any other website that accepts this kind of file. And so that way I can link it back to a post that I might make in the forum. And that's really all there is to it. Now, I was also asked about the slider little comparison tool that I use, and I'll explain how that works in my next video. So hang in there.